In our last video, we had a look at two potential locations for Sodom and Gomorrah, and I mentioned we would revisit the first site in more detail. So let's take a look at it now. The first site not only has a thick layer of ash covering a very large area, it also has thousands and thousands of sulfur balls dotted all over the ash. The areas surrounding this site don't have sulfur balls. It appears this site is unique. A couple shows their visit to this site and some of the interesting finds they make there. I'll show you some of these clips now.
The city is of a lighter colors than the surrounding terrain, which makes it easy to spot it at a far distance. Because the city was destroyed by fire, the entire city is covered with this white ash and layers of petrified material. We can find countless swirly designs all around the city. This is what we call thermal ionization, when atoms attract and repel, forming this unusual swirly design. This occurs when the temperature goes above 6,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Over there you see a cave, which was maybe an entrance. All around we can see the walls of the city that are quite high. You can clearly see an ancient wall. You can see the gypsum here. And going all the way till here. And we can see there's a 90 degrees angle, and then this continues straight. Again, it's been destroyed in the fire. You can see here like part of the wall have sulfur on it. Distinct sulfur.
At this time period, cities were built with limestone. Limestone in combination with sulfur at a high temperature leaves this very unique powder laying beneath the surface of the city.
There's this white snow everywhere. Everywhere in the whole area. It's called calcium sulfate. It's created when heat goes over 250 degrees Celsius, and it just leaves this ash that is calcium sulfate all over the place.
Another well-known YouTube channel, Expedition Bible, tells about his visit as well to the same location. Interestingly, Joel describes to us why these sulfur balls can be found today. How have they been preserved over 4,000 years, I think it is?
Just to give you an idea of how many sulfur balls there are. So this is a sulfur ball. Sulfur balls, all these are sulfur balls. Here. So where are these sulfur balls coming from? They're coming from this geological formation. You can see sulfur balls, what is called in situ, in place. They're placed right here in this particular layer. I'm gonna burn one of these sulfur balls just to show you how flammable they are. I gotta be careful because, man, when you get a whiff of these things, it's really nasty. This is one of the reasons why sulfur balls would only be preserved in water, because if they strike the land, then they're gonna burn up. You can see the goo, it's just melting down to goo and then dripping off. So really, anywhere that they would have landed on land, they would have burned up like this, and they would have burned anything flammable around them. This is how the cities in the plain were burned. However, if they would have hit the water of the Dead Sea, that would have extinguished them and therefore they wouldn't have burned up, and they would have sank down to the bottom of the floor of the Dead Sea and been preserved in a geological layer.
Although this site has some very compelling evidence, it doesn't entirely fit the Bible's roadmap to the cities of the plain. This particular site is too far south. The Bible says that Lot could see the cities of the plains from where he was standing, and we know that he was standing at Bethel-Ani. This particular site is too far south for someone to see from Bethel-Ani. The second site, however, Tel al-Hammam, is much closer, and on a good day can be seen from Bethel-Ani. So what do you think? Which of the two sites seems more likely to you to be Sodom and Gomorrah? Tel al-Hammam has a lot more discoveries that are being made even to this day, so I encourage you to go and read up about that yourself. There's actually a really good documentary by History Channel about Tel al-Hammam, and they actually interview Dr. Collins. I'll link the video in the description and a few others that I used as sources for the last two videos.